Let's talk for a second about my Hitway 750 fat tire e-bike. Now they call it a fat tire because the tires are bigger than normal. They're bigger than a normal 2-inch cruiser tire. So this bike has 3-inch tires. I rode the bike for the first time. It was my second ride, but I rode 30 miles yesterday, and I must admit I love this bike. My 2500 and sheer city cruiser that looked just like this bike, except it didn't have the 3-inch tires. It had 2-inch tires. But other than that, the bikes looks like they should be twins. But I used to ride anywhere from 30 to 50 miles on my end sheer, and those big hills, sometimes I'm 300 pounds, so sometimes I found myself having to push up a hill. All depends on how big the hill is. But this bike, I kid you not, I have not met a hill yet that this bike doesn't conquer. That's pulling me and my gear. So, and sometimes I can take a lot of stuff, even though I haven't loaded this bike down yet. I say load it down, but it will never have a lot of stuff. It will typically have, like right now, this bag that you see on the back, right here. I typically, I wired in a second battery. And that second battery is a 20 amp hour. That is just in case it's not on the bike yet, but it's right now, but my 14 amp hour battery from from Hitway, just in case I, decide I'm gonna ride 50 miles or 60 miles and I need that extra power. That's what my backup battery is for. Yesterday on my 30-mile trip, I decided to use the backup battery. I did not use the stock battery that came with the 14. And I rode 30 miles. Now, it looks like on my counter that I had 3 bars left. I don't think it was quite 3. I think it was more like 2, because that 3 would disappear. Sometimes it would go down to 1. So I really think I had like 1 bar left, or 2 bars, something like that. But even though I love this bike, for some reason I can't get my seat to stay up. I try my best. I mean, I got that thing where I just can lock it down and that seat still goes down. But anyway, I figured that out sooner or later. So far, everything about this bike I love to death, except the seat piece. One of the things I wanted to talk about today was one of my accessories. On this bike, and I don't have it on right now, but I added a rear view mirror. That's the camera in the back. I just mounted it right in front of the rack. And the monitor normally sits right up there. I love that too. This pouch that's right here over the front wheel, I am planning on putting me some battery backup power for my monitor and my cell phone when I'm riding. Just to have, I want to see, can I add on my GoPro? Well, I don't have a GoPro. It's an action camera. I wanted to see, can I add on my action camera and hook it to my backup batteries. So I'm planning on putting some backup batteries in that bag. Even though right now it's not a great fit right there, I really don't want it right there. I might end up putting those backup batteries inside of this pouch with the other battery and just run the cables all the way up to the handlebars. That's probably what I'm gonna end up doing, because I don't like how that bag fits to that bike. But what I really wanted to talk to you today is about one of my accessories. The accessories that I'm speaking of is my fishing rod holder that I made for my end shear. Hold on 1 second. All right, this is my fishing rod holder. I love this thing to death. Now, it holds 2 rods, and I use collapsible rods in it, and it holds 2. However, sometimes I put 4 in there. I just rest 2 more collapsible rods right on top of the other ones and use a little bungee cord to hold them secure in place. But I made this rack out of, I got some rod holders, then I took some like 2-inch steel and bend it and put a bend in it. And also, I used fishing rod shrink wrap to cover the steel to make sure it didn't rust after I painted it. And I put in this locking guide that locks this rack securely to my rack. And it is the best thing I've done in a long time. I've done it a couple years ago when I was for my in-shear bike, but I love it so much I just thought I'd share that with you today. But this is one of the accessories that I put on my bike, and it's a simple mount. You come around to the back of the bike and you mount it like right. It's going to be sitting in there a little farther than that, but it'll mount about like that right there. But it looks good when you're riding down the road. I get a lot of questions about it, but I mean, it is just as stable as it came from the factory like that. But it's a very good looking mount. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. Just an accessory that I'm adding to my Hitway 750 Fat Tie bike. Thank you.